The Conversation is a video series showcasing the real-life experiences of families navigating the journey of Seventh-day Adventist education. In today's episode, we sit down with the Whitehead family to hear their story. In what ways do you see your decision to choose a Seventh-day Adventist education impacting your children's future, both academically and spiritually?
Well, I always say that my children can learn anywhere. So in terms of academics, they are doing well where they are, and I believe they will do well wherever they are. So academics is not necessarily my focus. They're here because I want it repeated in their heads. If you ask my children why they're here, I guarantee you the answer that they will give you is because my mommy say we need as much Jesus as possible. And in terms of their future, that is what I want them to remember. After hearing it, 7 years in primary school, 5 years in secondary school, for 12 years, I want them to have it in their head that they are supposed to serve Jesus primarily, no matter what it is they choose to do in life, that serving Jesus comes first. Does that mean that I am guaranteeing that they will never leave church? I don't have that guarantee. But I know that if I put in the work up front, that the Lord has made promises. And I can only hope that with the efforts that we have made, that they will stay and that they will continue to grow even after they leave. But I got to do my part in starting.
I want to chime in here as well to reinforce that, of course, I don't know if the word triumvirate is applicable, but in terms of the three-pronged approach to child development, for us as Seventh-day Adventist, school, home, church, the school obviously does have its part to play, and I would want that to continue, especially with the spiritual aspect. But I think even more importantly, the reinforcement of well-roundedness, particularly is, how should I say, it is the home. The home is particularly crucial in spearheading that. Persons may misunderstand where I'm coming from now, but ever so often I say to my children, I wish that you would have twice the character, even if you only have half the smarts. Because in my mind, while it is nice to receive accolades, and of course that has happened only, not only, but up to recently with JS's performance in the common interest exam, and it is nice to be congratulated and applauded by persons, and of course I feel quite proud of his achievement. My greater concern is the spiritual development and character development in general, and that's something that we as parents will be focusing on, especially as they grow, because to be quite frank, and criminals can be smart, and you don't want our children to be criminals. So they need to be very highly productive members of society. I also want to endorse the idea of competitiveness and winning and being on top and doing the best and all that. It's all well and good. And I go back to even my own experience as a class 4 student here at the school. And I remember within the class that I was in, there were about 6 of us that used to be in top 6 positions all the time. And I remember us encouraging each other and having a healthy sense of competition about it, so that even if you didn't come first, the fact that you came second or third or fourth and so on, you still felt good and you know that you were putting in effort. It's just that sometimes you were edged out and so on. And this is something that I try to encourage Jayesh particularly in as well, even as he came through with his class for the last 3 years. That do well, understand it, excel, whatever, do your best, be at the top of your game, but don't be a crab in a bucket. Help others along the way and help people to do just as well as you. And that way you have that reciprocal sense of competition, and the sky is the limit. We can only continue to excel as we go along.